Topic for today is 7.5 by 55 Swiss. Backstory, went to the range shooting a vintage rifle match, brought out Swiss K31. I purchased a bunch of boxes of 7.5 by 55 Swiss in the PPU, which you're looking at here on the table. Sighted in just fine, got decent groups with it, got my point of aim down, and went to shoot the match, switched boxes, and I had a different point of impact. I know that this is common, but I wanted to get down to it and do a little bit more scientific study on it. So what I've got here is, I think, 6 boxes of Swiss or PPU 7.5 by 55 full metal jacket, 174 grain. You've seen it before on the channel, but I'm tearing it apart scientifically for you guys and for my own personal knowledge. Whenever I go to reload these, I'm going to down it about 25%. I don't need to fire full battle cartridges out of these rifles. They are vintage. I'd like to enjoy it and keep my shoulder. That's one thing I noticed between the PPU and the GP11 was that this PPU seems like it's got a little bit more kick behind it. I don't know why. It could just be a faster burn rate of powder. Whenever I get a chance to put it on a chronograph, I'll let you guys know, and you'll be able to see more deviation because more information is good, right? So what I'm going to do is tear apart these boxes, bring the ammo out like you see it here. I'm going to put them through the little bullet puller here, weigh the powder in the Hornady, what is it called, powder dispenser. I'm going to weigh the projectiles in the powder dispenser, and then I might even measure the casings. I don't think that's going to matter too much, but I might measure the casings as well, and then report all the information on my nice little notepad and put it all in Excel products so all of you guys can see. I am documenting the difference between the boxes. A lot of this PPU ammunition, it has 2 numbers on it, and what I'm guessing is it's a lot number and it's a date number. So lot number 248 on this box, 1703. March 17th is what I'm guessing. I don't know that for a fact. This one here is 240 and then 1704. If any of you guys know what the difference is between these numbers, please let me know. Let's go through the process and I'll show you a little bit along the way so it's not a forever montage. So this is a little bit into the process here. As you see, I've got some shells torn apart, and I've got some documentation down. These aren't full boxes. These are actually the boxes that I took to the range and shot. And I've got some, let's say, preliminary data, just some beginning data that I'm noticing. Both of these boxes have the same lot numbers on them, 276. 1703. So I'm thinking maybe that's 2017, and that's March of 2017. Maybe. Like I said, I don't know. What I'm finding though, the highs and the lows as of right now. The box one, I had 10 rounds that I tore apart. The highest one, just by looking at it really quick, is the powder load was 47.4 grains, and the lowest is coming in at 47 even. So, you know, that half a grain difference there. Projectile weight is a little bit more. So, just looking at it really quick here, I'm seeing 174.4, and the lowest is going to be 173.8. No, 173.4. So, about a grain difference between rounds. And then the second box I had maybe, what, 18 rounds, 17, 18 rounds, and that's going about the same. I'm getting 74.1 is what it's looking like it without doing any math. Same thing, 73.8 is the lowest one I see on there just right off the top of my head, and the highest one, 74.6. So about a grain difference between you know, the highs and the lows there. The same thing with the powder. 174 looks to be about the baseline, and then the very high end, you're looking at 47.3. So that's just 2 boxes that I had halved. I'm going to start digging into the full boxes here with the different lot numbers, and we'll be able to see what the real difference is between box to box and lot to lot. One thing I am noticing is that these projectiles are relatively easy to pull from the rounds. Usually I have to smack a couple times on the cement, pretty good times, but just letting the puller fall, basically like I'm doing with my hand, about 5 hits of that, and the bullets are becoming unseated and powder's falling out. So I don't know if that has to do with it. I mean, there's different theories on how the crimp affects rounds and how long the bullet is staying in the casing and how even. I'm not worried about that much, but that is just one thing I have noticed with pulling the bullets, is that they are relatively weak. I will speak upon the pulling the bullets with this bullet puller. I know it's not the most effective, and I am losing a grain of, and when I say grain, I don't mean by weight, I'm talking like individual granular pieces. Every now and then I'll lose one, try to pick it up off the table, and as soon as I see the bullet fall out, I stop pounding immediately so I don't lose any more. So this is really all within the limitations that I have at this current point in time. Okay guys, here's all the information that I've compiled up into Microsoft Excel. As you can see, we'll just come up here to the top. We got the box numbers, the lot numbers, and the dates. That's what I'm guessing it is. As you see, there's 1, 2, 3, 276 box numbers, or lot numbers, and then the dates are all the same on those. 2 240s, well, a 240 and a 2 240s and 248s. So these are all pretty much the same box. Just for time's sake, here's the information. You guys can pause it at any time and look this information over. I'm just going to talk to it really briefly because there's so much information. So as you can see, the averages stayed about 47.1 to 47.4, I think, all the way over here to the right for the powder. The rounds, they stayed about the same, 174 for the averages. These aren't anywhere close to being match grade ammo. The powder is questionable at best, but as for bullseye shooting, I would not recommend it with this ammo, really. The brass is great, the primers are great. I never had a hang fire or anything like that, but yeah, so this will get you on paper, and if you want to plink around, by all means, this is great stuff. I mean, you'll hold a 12-inch bullseye at 100 yards, no problem, through any of the Swiss rifles that I fired it through. You can see the highs and the lows, starting over here at the left, 47, 47, 46, 46.9. So 47 seems to be about the low end. As for the high end, for the rounds, 47.5, 47.7 all the way over here on the right-hand side, but there wasn't a lot of rounds, so you take that for what you will. There is a 47.7 all the way up here, but I think that's the highest overall. I really don't see anything too major after that. There's your standard deviation. I don't have the extreme spread, but the information, this is by no means a 2-day event or a week-long event for me. Life just got in the way, a couple months, and a couple more projects on pause. Take this for what you will. This is information that I find interesting. You know, don't criticize me for rambling on about this stuff. If you find this stuff interesting, please let me know. It motivates me to do more stuff. Maybe I'll purchase some more ammo. I'd like to do some GP11 that I have saved up and do the same thing with it. So yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope this information helps you out making a choice on a purchase or something like that. But there you go. Thanks for watching, guys.